9:41 right now. Let's talk about this. SWAT, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The Batman, Banshees of Inisherin. Just a few of the films of our next guest.
His latest project is a hit with fans and TV critics. It's the Apple TV Plus series, Sugar. Take a look.
Bernie has a set of keys to the condo that Jonathan bought your sister.
Half sister, but yeah.
Why didn't you just ring or knock on the door?
What?
Well, you're looking for Olivia, right? I mean, she could still be here, but you just assumed that she wasn't.
Yeah, she could have been passed out. I don't know how much you know about Olivia, but, you know, once a junkie, always a junkie.
You're a terrible liar, Davey.
David.
Maybe the worst liar ever.
So please welcome Academy Award-nominated actor Colin Farrell. Good morning to you, sir. Thanks for waking up early and spending time with us here on the Pix 11 Morning News.
Thanks for having me on. Good morning, folks.
So first of all, we have a lot of folks here at our station that are huge fans of the show. I mean, they just can't talk enough about it. What was it about the show and your character, John Sugar, that drew you to this role?
What was it? Well, the initial thing that drew me was the fact that it was shooting in Los Angeles. That was the most exciting. Yeah, honestly, because nothing, they don't make anything here anymore. Do you know what I mean? Everything is outsourced, and so the fact that it was shooting in LA, I was going to get to be home with family and friends and stuff in my own bed. That was hugely exciting. But as far as the character and the story of this went, it was just, it was gently unique. It was, you know, I've been involved. I've played a detective before. I've been involved in murder mysteries and all that kind of stuff. And this is very much a genre in the noir vein, but at its core, usually in noir, the characters at the center of the piece are embittered and cynical and angry and dark, and they're just jaded by all the ugliness they've seen in the world. And at the center of Sugar was this character, John Sugar, who had this kind of sweetness and innocence to him, and this optimism almost, and fundamental belief in the decency of human beings. And so I found that was kind of a fresh approach, you know, and yeah.
Do you find yourself describing yourself as that sweetness, optimistic in life?
No. Certainly not. Certainly, it's tearing the place up. Certainly not optimistic. I mean, you know, you don't even have to turn on the news. You know, you just go out to the streets of any major city in any country in the world, really, to be honest with you, and you can see how much human beings are struggling, and you can observe pretty quickly, you know, even seemingly benign cruelties that we inflict upon each other. So I wouldn't be much of an optimist, but still in it for the long haul as long as I have, you know?
Yeah. Yes. So here's the thing about the show. There have been a lot of theories about your character. Like, we're hearing that he's an AI, he's a werewolf, a vampire, an alien. What do you make of all these theories? Do you have a favorite one?
I heard one that he was a ghost that I liked, because we love the Sixth Sense in this house. And my chow on his film with Bruce. Yeah, just no, that was a nice one. I heard that he was a ghost that was trying to kind of uncover the mystery that would ultimately arrive at his own slaying. That he was, which is a bit like actually Ghost itself, the film. But that was a nice one. But yeah, I've heard there was a few theories floating around.
Well, here's the thing, you know, you sign up for the series, right? It's like a true detective kind of thing. But now you're kind of entering this whole other genre of like sci-fi world. Did you know that going into it, that it was going to kind of cross over into a sci-fi genre?
I did, yeah, I did. And I didn't know how it was going to do it. And I'm still not sure, because I think most of the unraveling of what was dropped at the end of episode 6 and most of the kind of investigation into that part of the storyline would happen if there was a second season, you know. There's only about an hour left. I think there's two episodes, 30 minutes each. So there's not much road left to kind of dig into what was revealed at the end of episode 6. But if there was a second season, I think it would be able to get much more comprehensive and have fun getting into the sandbox of that.
Well, judging by all the following, I think there's definitely going to be a second season. But there have been so many twists and turns, and I know you don't want to give away too much, but can your fans of the show expect more twists and turns then before this end?
Yeah, a couple. I mean, that was the anvil last. You know, the end of episode 6 was the big one. It doesn't get. That was the big whiplash one. You know, the head spinner. But there's, I think, a couple. I can't even remember. Yeah, there's a couple of little reveals, and it does get, the case gets tied up by the end of the season.
Yeah.
the case. The thing that has kind of been that carrot dangled in front of John Sugar the whole season, that gets wrapped up by the end. But there's something within the case that's revealed that's pretty personal to Sugar that I didn't see coming in the reading, and I wonder if the viewers will see coming.
No spoiler. Hey, Colin, we're out of time. I appreciate you waking up early. I know it's very early there in LA. So
Not at all. Thanks for taking the time, folks.
are those pajama pants you have on right now?
They might be.
Good for you. Well, congrats on the success of the show.
I'm actually in bed now.
No, I meant to blow up your spot. You know, it's okay.
We love you, man. Thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for taking the time.
All right.
Guys. All the best to you.
Okay, and you can catch up on Sugar on Apple TV Plus. New episodes drop every Friday. Alex Lee's a huge fan of the show.
She
says
is, yeah.
It's excellent, so I'm going to have to check it out.
It's okay. I put suit pants on later on in the morning too. When I'm behind the desk, you never know.
Yeah, you know.
You never know.
I won't say anything.